I got all the rubber mount transmission bolts and everything in there all tightened up, and the front isoelastics, all these bolts all tightened up. Haven't done these ones yet because I don't have these 3 bolts. I've got 2 Allen heads. I don't remember what originally came with this bike. I think there was always one missing. I keep saying that because I don't know where the frickin' parts are. And so that's where I'm at there. I think the next step is to get the inner primary on, and then I can adjust the transmission and get that locked up, and then I can set the timing too once that inner primary is on. And what I've been working on today is trying to etch some marks in here. I got this old-fashioned adjustable kind of a compass here, and it's just perfect for this. So I lock it in at the end here, the highest point, and you can see the little etch mark I got there. It's just barely touching the edge of the cutaway, maybe a 1/16 out. And then I put it on this side, and look at the gap there. So there's you know, not quite an 1/8 of an inch, but more than a 1/16 of an inch. So there's a difference. They're out. So I can actually base my other marks off of this mark once I got a standard here. And I'll etch one more in the middle, maybe on either side, maybe some little increments in between. That's where I'm at with that. Next I got to polish up the Z plates, get them going. That's what I'm doing, working on today. I had somebody in the comments there asked me, you know, how I got that bolt in. Because in the video I only showed these 2 bolts in the cradle in. Well, this bolt here, if you look straight across, it's going to hit the frame here, right? And on the other side, you can't put it in. You can't put it in from this side because of this. So how I got it in was, well, the motor's rubber mounted, so I pried on the rubber mount. I can't remember where. I think I pried it up here and got it up a little bit to be able to shove that bolt in. But you can get it in. And the other thing I was thinking, you can see where the motor's in the way here. If I had to do this again, and if I ever take this apart again, I think this is a design flaw from the factory. I think they stamped this out wrong, this hole. I would trace a template of the opening, and I would shift it, you know, about 5 degrees, so that this slot is right here, is right down here, and then the same with the top one. There's room for this top slot to be right about here. And that way you can take the tranny out anytime you want to take it out. Also, by doing that, you can see how thin, like this is known to crack in this area here, because this is the thinnest part of the whole cradle right here. By going down here into the thicker area, you know, it's less likely that that's ever going to crack. So, you know, you could weld this up and Dremel it out here and Dremel it out there a little bit more, and then you can pull your tranny out anytime. And I think that's what I would do if I ever did this again. And I haven't done much on it the last couple of days because I've just been too busy. There's something else I was going to tell you, but I can't think about it right now. I've got my little dog Trouble helping me today. Got to keep him leashed up, penned up, locked up. That dog gets away. I'm just kind of dry fitting everything on here, making sure I've got everything, find out how everything goes, what I'm missing, and I'm trying to figure out this exhaust, because the box of parts I got came with these chrome plates. I'd like to use them up, so I've got them on here, but I got 2 different foot pegs. This is probably the stock one, I'm assuming. Unless this is off something different, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. But these two holes don't line up. This is supposed to be for the foot peg. It's supposed to go right through there. So there's not enough room to drill a hole beneath it and cut this down. So I think I'm gonna have to make a new plate up here that lines up with that one. There's always something. You know, unless I go back to these old steel ones. They're pretty grubby. And somebody's drilled a hole in there. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just kind of dry fitting everything. I didn't polish up the Z plates yet. I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Got some stainless steel bolts for the foot peg there, but it looks bent. You know, it's bent as well, so gotta straighten that one up. And here's the other one. So it looks like I got like 3 different types of pegs on here. Yeah, those are probably the original ones. Got all new rubbers for back here. I really like the upswept pipes. They look really nice. So that's what I'm doing today, just trying to figure out if I've got everything, got all the spacers for the Z plates. A lot of stuff was missing on this bike when I bought it, and a lot of stuff was just kind of like somebody just bolted up some loose parts. Whatever they had around to kind of put it back together. So I know there's a lot of parts missing. Cleaned the oil tank out today. I flushed it and cleaned it and flushed it and cleaned it. It kept getting this grit, kind of like the same stuff that I found inside the crankshaft in there. So now I'm going to sandblast this, primer it and paint that, because on this year, this is the one year that the oil tank goes in sideways from the other years, and the battery box bolts to the oil tank, and the air filter is part of the oil tank on this side. So I got to get Peter to paint that piece there, paint that nice shiny silver. Lots to do, lots to do. I think he's got these pieces of metal cut for me, so I can grind this off tonight and maybe get those welded on. That's where I'm at today, guys. There's my tank. I got a couple of dings in there. That's his job. He can fix that. That's it for today. I just got my buddy to cut this out. He's got a big sheared this off and drilled an 1 1/4 hole. And then I'm going to cut this in half here. So I'll have 2 half circles. And that's what will go over the swing arm. I'm going to cut this old one off. Put these 2 half circles over the swing arm with Teflon in between. And I may box it in as well too on the ends, so I can just drop this inside. It's got to be cut down a bit. I got to cut it down to about 3/4 of an inch or an inch in there. Weld that on and primer it, and then this is ready for paint. So that's my job for tomorrow. I just got too much going on. I'm all over the place with different projects. So we'll get this together. That's it.